Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela Peters. Today I'm going to do another video about Finland because I've been loving all the feedback that I've been getting on my English videos talking about Finland. I'm going to talk a little bit about being a foreigner in Finland and maybe some of the struggles, some of the things I really like. So I originally went to Kyrgyzstan to study Russian, and that really helped out because I was in an environment where I couldn't speak English really if I wanted to. People there don't really speak English. However, when I think back to times I went to go visit my aunt and uncle in the Dominican Republic, for instance, with the intention of learning Spanish, that was not so helpful because I was still around a lot of English-speaking people. So that's a really big problem with being in Finland as a foreign person, especially a native English speaker, is that Finnish people speak English so well that it becomes very challenging to be able to use a language that is not English. So I don't know if in order to overcome that, I would have to move to really the middle of nowhere in Finland, or if I would just have to get better, probably more like this, at disciplining myself to actually use the small amount of Finnish that I know, which I do try to do sometimes because, yes, I look Finnish enough so people will think that I speak Finnish, and then I listen to them and I try to see how much of it I can understand, and then when I realize I don't actually understand, I'm like, sorry, English. Or I'm just like, en puhu suomea englanniksi, and then I see if they respond in English or not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And so aside from the language, I think also because of the fact that I was an international student, that was very difficult. It is very common that a lot of international students will feel a bit of isolation, especially when you're in a smaller city like Lappeenranta, where I was studying. And I think it does become hard with international students because it's such a small cohort and you mostly only interact with each other. There's also, and I'd be curious to hear opinions on this, a sort of, I'm trying to think of the right word, segregation is the only word that comes to mind, with the housing that happens between Finnish people and international people. So all the international people will be put together and all the Finnish people will be put together, which I don't think is really that great for cultural assimilation on either end, but I know that in Finland, and again, I would like to hear more opinions on this, there does seem to be a general sentiment sometimes of xenophobia, even though at the same time, people really are interested, at least when talking to me about why I'm coming here, but a lot of what I hear in politics is that they're trying to make it more difficult for international people to come to Finland. However, my understanding prior to actually caring about, potentially living in Finland long term was that that was sort of always a thing that was happening. So yeah, I think trying to get the skills to build the language skills can be very challenging, and especially while I would really like to dedicate the same amount of time to studying Finnish as I had to Russian, it's not really practical for me at this point with what I need to do, because now that I'm older and more of an adult and trying to take care of financial things, I don't have all the free time and scholarships and everything that I used to study Russian. So while I'm very interested and I would love to do it, it's not quite fitting into my timing right now. So yeah, I want to hear opinions on that. I mean, in terms of other challenges, getting jobs is challenging supposedly for foreign people. I searched for a master's thesis position, which took me about the same amount of time as it did to find an English-speaking American internship within the US, which was about 3 months. So I don't know how true that is. It's just a lot of what I hear, but I don't really have a good assessment of what that would look like for full-time work, because my plan more so is to go into PhD program and stay the academia route, just because I like studying and researching and all of that. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to add. I do want to hear some feedback regarding that. I mean, people are very interested in meeting me. With me being an American, they want to know what I like about Finland, if I like it, and I really do like it. And again, I've had a lot of really good interactions with Finnish people, and I don't feel like I've experienced a lot of the challenges maybe that other people from other countries have said they have had, but I do think that initially it was very difficult to make friends, especially I came during COVID. I was studying in Finland from 2021 to 2023, so that was another obstacle. But yeah, I'd love to hear some feedback on that. And again, this is going to be a little short video. Thank you once again always for your comments. I read all of them. I try to answer them in these videos, and I'm going to keep making videos about Finland since people seem to like them. So let me know what else you want to hear if it's interesting. I did love the responses really to the sauna one because there was such a range. Some people are like, that's completely normal. And some people were like, no, that's crazy and weird. And I mean, I guess it depends. And if I'm hearing different answers from Finnish people, then yeah, I guess it depends. So, and again, student culture versus, regular people culture, I'm a little bit limited in that as well. So thank you again for educating me as well, and I hope that these videos are interesting, helpful, or at the very least entertaining. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and until my next video, bye!